嗰個有隻崩碗啊，咁佢係我嚟黐翻埋佢啦，跟住上啲金油落去，咁啊崩口人忌崩口碗，但係佢又變咗成藝術品咁，好犀利。
Kintsugi。
哇！咁後生啊，個師傅，好犀利啊！定還是個樣後生啊？
Okay, so thank you for coming today. How are you? My name is Shuichi, a Kintsugi artist from Japan. I'm really happy that I can have this stage today, and I can see many of my friends and my students. And my aim to come to Toronto was spread the Kintsugi and the Japanese traditional culture and Japanese traditional art, because they are not very famous yet, and maybe you can see that similar thing, but it's like sometimes it's like a mimic, or sometimes it's not just a superficial thing. So I really wanted to introduce the depth of Japanese culture, including like a philosophy or mindset, that kind of things. Of course, we're now we are living in a modern era, so even in Japan we are losing some part of traditional thing, but we still have it, and I'm also learning from the traditional things. So I wanted to share this mindset and idea, philosophy with people in Canada. Thank you for coming. So I'm a Kintsugi artist, and have you ever heard about Kintsugi before? I'm afraid Kintsugi is not very famous. The golden scars on pottery or ceramics. So this is called Kintsugi, and in Japanese, kin part describes gold. Tsugi part describes like a joinery or like a bonding. So if you think about the Kintsugi, it's like golden joinery or something, but it's not welding. Please know, it's not welding. We are not using gold as glue. It's too expensive, right? But we are not using any chemical glue as well, like epoxy glue or crazy glue or gorilla glue. Any of glue we don't use. Instead of that kind of glue, what are you using is just a tree sap. This tree sap, please remember the name of the tree sap, urushi today. Urushi. Actually, we are using something is flying. So we are using this material in 90% or no, 95% of Kintsugi process. So we cannot do Kintsugi without this sap. So maybe most of today's talk is about urushi and showing the demonstration. Actually, Kintsugi process is very boring. It takes at least 2 months. 2 months to go.
哇，2個月啊！我哋企喺度2個月。
During the COVID, I kept streaming my walking on Instagram Live or YouTube Live, and some people say, "Hey, your camera is freezing." No, I'm walking because it's very slow and it doesn't look moving. Go to the tasting today, yesterday. Anyway, I love sake, so I have a lot of good sakeware. This is called like a ochoko or guinomi and sake decanter, and especially I'm a big fan of bizenware, because this is not a very fancy thing. It's not smooth. It's not even. It's called like a wabi-sabi style. Practicing this technique. Then now I have many students. Maybe total of students is maybe around 150 or 200 in Toronto. I have an atelier in Toronto downtown near Christie Pittsburgh. Yeah, and now I can share this knowledge and technique with people in Canada that we are using in the Kintsugi process. And is Iwate. Iwate Prefecture. It's a very north part, and the latitude is almost same as Toronto. Urushi to heal their scars. So it's like our blood. So we are stealing their blood and using to mend our potteries. 15 years. Okay,
棵樹要15
so
年大先可以開
please
始
guess
落
how
汁。
much, what amount of urushi sap can we get from one tree's life? Do you know it?
棵樹有幾長？
You know it. Anyone? Yes. 1 liter, very close.
棵樹有幾長命先？
Half.
再少啲。
Honey? 50 milliliters? 200.
Oh, wow.
200 milliliters. So this bottle is 500 milliliters, so less than the half. So urushi is very, very spacious material from us, and we always have appreciation to the tree because they are producing their life for us to mend the, our, important
可能
ceramic
俾阿老虎
and
仔唔小心
potteries.
打死咗咁嘅樣衰。
So it has same material, same substances as poison ivy
哦，有毒㗎喎。
and poison oak. So urushi spell is URUSHI.
即係其實佢幫我哋保
The
護
material's
自己嘅。
name is called urushi
結果人類
oil.
攞咗佢嚟。
Just put OL after urushi. Have you ever got any allergic reaction from the poison ivy? It's very itchy, right? Itchy, and you will get a red skin. Anyway, it should be very uncomfortable. One more
自己
thing.
已經搞到百毒不侵，正常人
When you
應該
use chemical
要
glue
戴手套。
and want to cure it, what you do it? You will dry it. You will dry it, right? Literally, you are going to remove the moisture from the glue. But urushi is opposite. You need add moisture
哦，
to cure it.
有趣喎。
Have you ever been to Japan before? Yes, thank you. Thank you. So 80%, 90, and 100% in the rainy season. It's so humid. It's so muggy. So in Japan, yes, we can cure urushi, but if you were in Canada and live urushi here, it will never cure.
哦，呢度要
The
咁
ideal
樣。
humidity is 70 to 85. It's very high. So after I walk on this, I need to put everything in a mirror. I think it's a antique piece from China. I'm going to, glue these two pieces together with urushi. I clean the tools
哦，好似 mini
with
洗晒啲茶道嗰啲嘢先。
It's very smells bad. I don't like it.
.抹嘢先。
On the surface itself, let's try.
嚇！擠落去
Can you see? Yes.
睇唔到喎。哦，好似
Let's do with a small piece.
畫板咁。哦，黐呢個細嘅，好似畫畫咁，或者畫沙片咁。
It's not in the camera.
Thank you.
啊
It's here. It's like this. It's wet, right?
好似無形膠咁嘅啫喎，其實。
but unfortunately, it doesn't work.
啊，
It will not attach.
哦，
We need to have support material. The
係啊，
support material is
即係淨係膠水都唔得。咩嚟？
flour.
嚇，仲要麵粉。哦，打個麵粉先。
The reason why we use this flour is flour contains gluten.
嚇，哦，
Gluten is very
Aiyo.
sticky things, right?
Means
So
what?
we use this
麵粉落咗水入邊漿
gluten.
咁。
So long time ago in Japan, people has used rice. Rice is also sticky. So
跟住變咗嚿泥膠喎。
So when I'm teaching this technique, the Kintsugi technique to my student, some of the time they say, oh, it's very relaxing, or very meditative, but sometimes you need to use your power, muscle.
哦，不斷加
A
水，
little bit more.
加啲水，加啲水咁樣。而家幾多人低能，所以而家搞到好
Oh,
鬼熱
yeah. So can you see this extension? This is what I wanted to have.
哦，爛嘅
Then
咁。擠啲樹膠落去嘅，跟住再撈。啊！佢又要學嗰啲主婦咁樣綁鬼住佢嗰個，如果唔係佢做唔到嘢。
because I did exercise.
啊！呢個我都識綁，佢綁得好快。打面撈都係咁。哇！擠咁多嘅，咁一個碗其實講真係200毫升，好快玩完。聞到陣膠味，好似 A 超人膠嗰種，但冇咁公。
Alright, so can you see this? Oh,
其實可唔可以用 A 超人膠？
can you see this extension like a milk cheese?
或者整鐵打嗰啲噏住自己個心口嗰啲泥，又係咁嘅色。
On the surface. We are going to apply this material, mugi urushi, we call it mugi urushi, on both side of the broken part. Maybe here and
Oh.
here, other side.
可以用晒佢咁啊，得
With
抵啲。
This bamboo spatula. Before this piece got broken, there was nothing between each pieces, right? So I need to apply very, very thin. Otherwise, the piece will expand.
Oh.
Because this is only 2 pieces, so it's okay. But if this piece has 15 parts, the shape will be so odd. So we need to apply very small, thin. And also even. Otherwise, when it gets cured, the piece will shift.
呢啲就係功夫咯。搽膠水係人都識搽，搽得薄，搽得平均。咁俾我操賓漢一定唔得。或者唔小心變多幾個 pieces 出嚟，即係本來2塊咁，變咗10塊。
But how about the word lacquer? You know lacquer, yes? So when you say lakaware in English, it means wooden ware coated with urushi. But I like to avoid using the word lacquer as much as possible because if you just say I want to have a lacquer in a home decor, they will give you chemical coating material, right? So just remember the word urushi and also shiki. Shiki means lacquerware in Japanese. So when you Google shiki on the website, you will see many beautiful urushi coating woodenware.
所以佢攞個批咁樣，慢慢批落去。
Yes, now I'm down on the one side. It's not very even, but it's okay.
哦，呢邊都要搽。
Let's do the other side.
哇，仲要喎，搽埋呢邊。
But before it,
佢呢度乾燥咧，佢又變咗唔會乾咧，咁佢可以慢慢嚟。
let's taste.
Ah.
I love sweet, but
有趣啊！wasabi 啊嘛，真係食到。
so no taste. The taste of flower, basically. I will show you the photos later, but because it's tree, you can consume urushi in many ways. Of course, obviously you should not eat this. I'm okay, but you should not do this. And interestingly, the entire urushi tree tastes sweet. So for example, do you know tempura, Japanese deep fry? We can do tempura with new bags of urushi, and it's slightly sweet.
哇！真係好富貴啊！
And also, because urushi is tree, it produces honey. Of course, this honey is sweet. And also, urushi, after the flower, it produces nuts, urushi nuts. And we can take the nuts and roast the nuts and grind it and make the tea. And the tea is slightly sweet.
哦，
It's very interesting.
有趣有趣，佢由
You know,
敏
it's
感
really,
去到
really
克
depending
服
on the
咗個
person.
敏感咯。
So some people cannot get the tolerance, and they need to keep, getting the reaction. But if you're lucky, you can get the.
即係佢 basic 過嚟克服咗個敏感，
Maybe, yeah.
掂得多，佢顧住講啊，所以搽得太多啦。
And also, when I make a hot pot, just Japanese hot pot, I put this urushi, maybe this amount, maybe the half, no, 1/3 or something, and ate it. It was very sweet. So this urushi itself is sweet. So please try after you get a tolerance.
嚇！
And I said urushi gives us a nut, urushi nut, right? Thank you. Thank you. But around the nuts, there is a very thick. Alright, so I put this urushi. Oh, it's terrible. Sorry. On the both sides. But I will not put them together immediately. I need to cure them maybe 20 minutes. So I'm gonna put them in a humidity controlling box named Muro here for 20 minutes.
哦，即係要等佢乾咗之後先至再黐啊，有趣喎！即係唔可以即刻黐喎，佢唔係黐完等佢乾喎，
Right, so
係乾完
during
之後先黐喎。
that time, I'm gonna show you more interesting fact about the kintsugi. I know urushi. So this is the urushi tree chip.
鮑
You can
魚，
touch. You will. It's safe. It's okay. It's okay.
即係樹皮咁
It's
喎。
very light. It's very light, and so after they cut down the urushi tree, people used to use this tree as a
樹
float.
皮咁喎。幾有趣。
And this is the urushi nut that you can
呢
get
啲中藥
tea.
其實咪樹
And
枝
from
咁，
the
好似蠟燭嚟喎，好搞笑。
hydrochloric acid,
點解要？
sulfuric acid, nitric acid, they can melt metal, right? But after urushi got cured, this acid cannot dissolve urushi at all. And aqua regia is very strong acid, even it can melt diamond and gold, but aqua regia cannot dissolve urushi at all. This woodenware is coated by red-colored urushi, not made by plastic.
仲防菌添喎。
Okay,
所以可以
I
嚟做
put
口罩。
salmonella, E. coli stuff on the surface. After 4 hours later, half of them will be killed.
好哇！
After 24 hours later, all of them will be killed because of the urushi.
半尼西林咁啊！
It's very strong. And this is a result of the latest research
亦都因為佢
when
本
you
身係有
put the
毒㗎嘛，
coronavirus
所以佢
on
可以
the
殺
urushi
人。
coating. Yes, 24 hours later, 99%, 99.99% of virus will be removed. Coated with urushi.
連盒啊
Because it's coated with
擺
urushi,
喺裏邊防
even
菌
if you didn't put in a refrigerator, urushi will kill the bacteria.
好哇！
So the food will not go bad.
即係可以食幾日啦。
Reasonable, right? Urushi's one of the feature is beautiful finishing. Beautiful finishing. As I say, Urushi's uru part means wet or having holding the moisture, right? So after urushi gets cured, the surface looks smooth and shiny and like little bit wet textures.
講咗好多嘢之後咧，走咗好多人啊。
But the maker was
開國
very
嗰陣時
worried about the high humidity in Japan. You know,
154
90%
之後
with 100%. So this high
運咗
humidity
啲鋼琴
might make some damages on the
潮濕
piano's wood or the inside the system.
驚佢會
So
壞。
they decided to coat the surface of piano with black colored urushi. This black colored urushi, we make this color with urushi and black iron oxide, and having the special name shikoku. Shikoku. Maybe you can translate it like the deepest black. Maybe darkest black or deepest black. Very beautiful black. So the European piano maker found it, and they were so surprised because very smooth, shiny, having deep black color. So they really liked it. So now the piano's color became the black color became to be a piano piano color
所以原
standard.
來呢個鋼琴黑色係文化交流嘅結果。
Oh,
即
I
係當
want
年
to
莫扎
show
特
you how
嗰陣時應該
the
彈琴就唔
Urushi's
係咁嘅
coating
樣。
is. Can you find the Urushi coating here? It's here. This is not water, but it's a table coated with Urushi. It reflects the beautiful green color perfectly.
鏡咁啊！
The Urushi.
哦，用黑色嘅 Urushi 咁啊變咗
It's very,
反
very
映到
beautiful,
鏡
right?
咁，犀利。
Oh, now you can see its table. Yeah. It's very like mirror, right? So, I mean, Urushi also affected the origin of French polishing in Europe. So because it's very popular,
或者用
many
呢啲乜
the
嘢山
king
寨。
and many rich people wanted to have urushi artwork. So urushi artwork was representative art from Japan that era. So when you say China with all small characters, it means porcelain, right? Born China. But if you say Japan with all small characters, it means urushi art. So if you go to Rome, Royal Ontario Museum, they also have many Japan name. Japan name. You can put ing after Japan. Japan name walk. It means imitation of urushi art. Urushi branch is around 12,000 years old.
哇！
Just a branch, but it's found in a residential area. Maybe you cannot say any proof. Colored
9,000
urushi.
年前已經有人做衫用呢啲。
So from this era, people already used urushi for gluing and coating and dyeing, anything. Tiny surface. It was in the soil for 1,000 years, but still, it's very beautiful. Flowers, this color, right? But now getting dark because it's tree sap. After it gets cured completely, the color will be much darker, almost black.
所以嗰個4000年嗰個咧，個
So
變咗黑色。
when people started to decorate the star with gold, it's pretty new. It's around when tea ceremony started.
哦，即係幾百年嘅啫。
Do you know Japanese tea ceremony? It's a ceremony to drink matcha in a small room.
即係宋朝之後咯，至少。如果唔係千里休士。
This is around 500
呀，
years ago.
500年前。
So before the 500 years ago, they just left
其他
the
人黑色。
scar with just black. They didn't have the idea to decorate the scar with gold. Inside and make the moisture, maybe the inside humidity is around 85,
哇，黑
which is
晒
good.
啦
And I should not put it here. Here.
我去揾啲濕嗰啲 paper towel 唔知我哋。
Can you see the color change? Do you remember the color before I put it in and the surface is very tacky,
泥板咁。
kind of tacky. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna put them together like this and push. Oh, excuse me. So the important things that when you assemble the broken pieces is, of course, it should not be twisted. Of course, it should not be like a shifted, right? So keep the same level with all the lines, same level, and also push them together strongly. And also, it doesn't move, right? If they move when you touch, it's not annoying. So. We tape them to hold them tightly. Then we need to put them in a mural to cure for 2 or 3 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks. Kintsugi process takes at least 2 months. 2 months, so it can be helped. And that's all the steps takes more like, I don't know, maybe 20 steps. We have 20 steps or more. So it's very, very slow process. Hold the one side, but I will try.
Oh.
But this holding, it has this holding. So I cannot, leave my hand immediately. But you can see it has holding, enough holding. It's food safe, right? So you can use this bowl for eating ramen or anything.
Okay.
And you can use this beautiful sakura plate for food again. Anything. Yes, thank you for it. Because I always buy urushi with the blood pack. Do you know blood pack? Does it make sense? When you get the blood, with the hospital has a blood pack, right? Because they should shut out the air. So they use a blood pack. But I think it's one blood pack is more than 100 or more. 150 more.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, we need to wait for 15 years until we can start getting urushi sap. And the urushi taking season starts around June, and it ends the late fall, maybe this season. After one season ends, urushi tree doesn't have enough energy to produce urushi anymore. I know it's a little bit sad thing, so we need to cut it down. I know it's a bit,
即係10年之後就剁
But as I said, we will not waste urushi tree, right? We use the urushi tip, urushi, the branch and anything. So it cannot live by itself in the wild.
哦，要專人打你。
Yeah, there is also another wild urushi tree
15
that is different.
佢可以喺嗰15年過程當中，佢跌啲樹枝又可以用啊，佢啲 nuts 又可以用咁樣嘅。而家茶金金已經爛咗，而家茶金金。呢個碗都好靚。
Another important Japanese art called makie. Makie is a technique to apply gold as like you painted gold with liquid gold. So we use very fine gold powders. The gold powders application is called makie. So this makie technique is started around 15th century. So this is the technique to apply gold powder on urushi and create different textures.
日本文化
When you choose different sizes of gold powder, it shows different textures. So they combine each texture and create this art.
佢開咗卷軸啊，火影忍者啊，有啲藝術筆咁啊。
Because the gold powder is very fine. Okay, please guess the size of the gold powder. How fine it is.
The size? 0.01 centimeter, millimeter?
Millimeter? Less than millimeter.
Millimeter?
Huh?
Half a millimeter?
The size of the gold powder is almost the same as coronavirus.
Oh wow!
Coronavirus size is 0.1 micrometer.
Oh good.
1 micrometer. And the coronavirus size is 0.1 micrometer. And the gold powder that we are using is the smallest gold powder is 0.3
大啲
micrometer. So if you do a little gone into the air, such expensive air, right?
吸一啖最貴嘅空氣。
He is a big collector of Makia.
嗰
And
啲
her
可樂
mother,
嗰啲啊，
Maria Theresia, already
17、8 世
have
紀
50
歐洲其實都有
of
好多呢
Makia
啲
pieces. It's already mixed red color
嗰啲
urushi
牙
and
醫嗰啲拗門，好搞笑。
And
時間
here
關係已經整咗啲紅色。
and backside like this. So I'm going to apply this center, okay? Because urushi is very, very sticky. You should not move the brush. We don't use just normal urushi, but use red color. So when bright color is under the gold powder, the gold will be brighter. So if you use like a black colored urushi to attach gold powder, the gold will be darker. So, brighter is better, right? So make people happy. So, when you want to use silver powder, maybe it's better to use black powder, black colored urushi.
好認真唔專注啊佢，隻手又要好定，即係你唔單止畫嘢嗰隻手，下邊嘅手唔定嘅時候就 plan 咁樣。
Many people are walking and some, the doors are opening and closing. So if I use the gold powder, it's so sorry, I don't use gold powder today. But instead of gold powder, let me use a brass powder. Sorry, but it's gold color. So when we apply gold in our atelier, we close the door, close the window, stop the fan, no sneezing.
一樣係金粉，啲山寨版。
Alright, so let's start from the back side. Because it's brass powder, it's cheap. I don't need to, worry about it. Okay, I'm gonna take, is the camera okay? Yes. I'm taking the gold on a brush and just drop. Actually, it's not the same idea as painting, but it's more like a sprinkling. Sprinkling? Actually, I said Kintsugi takes at least 2 months, sometimes half year, sometimes more than 1 year. So, applying gold is the most, rewarding moment.
So how about applying silver? Is it similar difficulty as gold or
It's
easier?
same. Yes, similar,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
same, completely same. Finish the center line, okay? And I'm gonna apply gold on here, gold powder, not gold, real gold, gold colored powder.
擺落啲朱古力度變金沙朱古力。
Alright, and this side.
但係佢呢隻碗牌好
And it
靚
has a
好貴
small piece on the foot.
咁佢俾佢咁樣 demonstrate 咪好慘。
Only
咸
powder.
豐年嘅呢個碗啊，真係咸豐年嘅。
So it looks, I'm just, swiping the gold powder very casually, but it's a kind of like a technique. There is a technique.
So say if you make a mistake, can you get rid of them, or that's it?
You can do it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. If you made a mistake, it's easy to recover.
Oh.
Not always, but
I see.
oh yeah, it's a very good question. Some ceramics are glazed, right? Some ceramics are not glazed. If you put urushi, unglazed part, it's maybe impossible to remove urushi. So you need to have very good controlling of your brush.
I see.
Alright, let's do the same thing on the front side.
Mini 要好小心，一個黑絲打埋去真係俾人爆粗鬧。
Once I applied, covered all the lines with brush. Then I'm gonna use a silk roll to rub the surface to settle the powders.
啲沙士。
Just small.
佢都要染金粉擦嘅。
So usually, if I'm using gold, I do the polishing process now, but because it's brass powder, I will not do it. Just rubbing the surface to settle all the powders.
How much is the gold powder for this kind of size? Like that package?
Great question. How much is the gold powder's price? It's much expensive than the same amount of gold.
Oh.
Almost double.
Oh.
I know, because it's processed.
I see.
Yeah. And
That's
recently
sick.
gold getting expensive, right?
Yeah.
So sad. Very difficult time for us. Lines and removing the excess
咁
gold.
都唔算好貴啊，你唔係用好多嘅啫嘛。不過你個流失量可能好大，飄走咗。咁你唔係下下都可以燉翻落去嗰包嘢度。
Okay. It's done. It's beautiful, eh? The gold, white, and gold blue. These color combinations are very beautiful.
不過佢分開一半又核突啲。
This is an antique, right?
Yes.
Will this process increase its value afterwards, or will it consider?
I think it really depends. And I need to, because it's not me who will decide the value of a very antique thing. I don't remember, but I think my friend said it's 17th century or 16th century or something. So I need to ask the antique dealers and auction house people.
哦。佢呢啲都要慢慢爆翻佢。
1,000 years.
樹膠用好耐。
And people started decorate the surface of the scar around 1500 years ago. 1500 years ago. And 500 years ago, these two techniques met. So this Kintsugi style started. Kintsugi level 0. This is not hands-on class, but only the lecture, but for 3 hours. In the level 10 one, you can learn how to fix the chip.
仲貴過你買嗰隻
And
碗。
after level 2, 1,
嗰個師傅嘅檔口，你睇下幾多人睇佢。